Hi, I'm Kacey Hardesty. I'm a teacher at Durham Elementary School. Cindy Haapanen was Ethan's kindergarten teacher, and she was sorry to not be able to be here today, but she is here with us in spirit, and she asked me to read this for her. When I found out that I was going to be Ethan's kindergarten teacher, I was excited and a bit worried. I had known and loved the McCoy and Absher kids because our children, Brent and Kara, went all through Durham schools with them. Kara still talks about how she got to walk with Chad at 8th grade graduation and how Chad is all grown up now. Joe and Susie were our good friends, and because of Kara's special needs, I had a special connection with Steph and Joy as Ethan was growing up and beginning to receive services for autism spectrum disorder. I remember feeling concerned that I might not be able to meet Ethan's needs and to help him to be comfortable and confident in the classroom. I've always believed that people are more alike than we are different, and that inclusive classrooms benefit all children and result in greater empathy and increased academic and social emotional learning for all students. I hoped and prayed that I could help Ethan and the other students in my class to learn from and respect one another. I quickly set my worries aside when on one of the first days of school, Ethan immediately stole a piece of my heart. I was working to establish trust and the daily classroom routines with my students when I overheard Ethan tell a group of kids at the Play-Doh table, "My name is Ethan, but you can call me Stripes, because I really like stripes." I remember one day when I wore plaid, and he was so thrilled that I was wearing double stripes. Our bonding was beginning. There are many lessons and funny and touching stories that I can recall about that kindergarten class. As the children got to know each other and we became a classroom family, Ethan kept us all on schedule. I had a visual magnetic schedule that showed the various activities for our school day. Ethan liked to make sure that I was following the schedule correctly, and I soon enlisted his help to rearrange the magnets if we ran out of time for a certain activity, or if a project required additional time and we needed to rearrange things a bit. His need for an organized and predictable sequence of daily events ended up helping all of the students and me as we negotiated and learned about being flexible and open to new opportunities for learning. One thing that Ethan would continue to remind me about even years later was the day that we went on a field trip, and I told the children that we would have recess when we returned to school. Well, of course, the field trip ended up running late and we did not have time for recess. Ethan never did let me live that down. And even though I gave them extra recess on a different day, it just wasn't the same. We talked as a class about how sometimes our plans have to change and that being open and flexible to a change in plans is a life skill that is difficult but very important to learn. Ethan's passion for collecting all things shiny endeared him to my students, and they soon began finding shiny items for him to add to his collection. Ethan taught us all the joy of carrying something shiny around in your pocket and the comfortable feeling that comes from just knowing that it's there. Ethan endeared himself to all the parents and helpers who worked in our classroom and helped them to be more patient and flexible. I could go on about all the lessons that we learned together that year, lessons of kindness and tolerance, of acceptance and of patience, of celebrating our differences and enjoying our similarities. The fact that this was my last class before retirement made them all the more special and profound for me. I feel incredibly blessed that I got to be Ethan's kindergarten teacher, and I know that the lessons that he helped us all to learn that year will stay in our hearts and will guide us as we continue to learn how to be more accepting of others. The birdhouse and succulents on our front porch serve as a daily reminder of Ethan's unique and endearing personality.